What's up? I'm Meg.
I'm La.
And we're somebody's unhinged sister. And we're back, baby.
Back from the beach.
It's been 2 weeks since we've recorded.
Gosh, has it?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think so.
Yeah.
Is this the first time we haven't both worn hats?
I was literally thinking that whenever you said something about your bun. I was like, of course, we don't do this on purpose, guys.
No,
we're
we
either
really
just
don't.
both wearing hats or apparently neither of us.
I was going to. I had all intentions of wearing one, and then I just didn't feel like having to curl pieces and all the things, so a bun it is.
I just feel like when I wear hats, I feel like I can only wear like fitted clothing with it.
Okay.
And, I'm wearing a hoodie today, and
Your
I was like,
brain
it just doesn't.
is so interesting.
Yeah, I know.
I just was over it, and I have to wear a clip when I wear buns because my buns are too heavy for any hair bows at all ever. So
your roots are also good and covered right now.
Yeah,
so.
I don't have blonde
you
roots.
don't have to wear that.
So there we go. MGK and Luda are gonna be at Cheyenne Frontier Days.
What is that?
I'm glad you asked. So it's a rodeo that's in Cheyenne, Wyoming. It's where Lane Frost was killed.
Okay.
8 seconds. Okay,
Yeah.
the movie. But it's like is it called the granddaddy or the daddy of them all? All my rodeo people are screaming at me right now. It's fun. Either way, it's like Mac Daddy Rodeo. They do all the things. They have concerts. They have everything. I've been to the grounds when we were driving through Wyoming, and I stood out there and cried hysterically. But I've never been to the actual events. But MGK and Ludacris are going to be there.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was super. And I think maybe Jelly Roll. I can't remember. I saw a list, and I was like, that's so wild that all of the things are rodeos bringing so many things together, which is crazy to me.
MGK's done a rodeo before. He performed at the Houston rodeo last year or 2 years ago. I think maybe 2 years ago, but
I can't remember. But I remember seeing that he was there.
Yeah.
But I thought that was super cool.
His songs also, I think, just hit number 44 on the top U.S. country radio or whatever. His Son to Me cover. The Zach
Really?
Bryan
Did
cover.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, so he recorded that then?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's recorded
on
on Spotify and everything.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'll have to save it. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that.
Reached, I think it said 44 on the top 100 U.S. country songs, which is crazy.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else music related while we're on the topic?
The Jaden album came out.
What did it do to you?
Yeah, it's really good.
Did you transcend?
Yeah. There's only one that I'm not a fan of. I skip it every time, and it's just because the word he says what does he say? Something like candles last longer when you don't light them or something like that. But just it doesn't go with the beat of the song. He just tries to rush it in real quick. I don't know if they couldn't figure it out or what. Everyone else loves it. I don't. That's the only one. But for the rest, I love them.
Well, that's good.
And I'm going to DC this weekend to see him.
Are you going? Because I know y'all were kind of up in the air about it.
Yeah, we couldn't decide because obviously we've been out of town the past week. We've been out of town a lot this summer, and it's in DC. And we still haven't booked a room and stuff like that. But we decided we're just gonna go down Sunday, see the concert, drive a little bit home, and then probably stop halfway in Virginia
and find somewhere.
Yeah, and get a little hotel.
Well, that'll be cool though.
Yeah,
that'll be cool.
I feel like if I don't go, I'll be super pissed
you
at myself.
will be. Yeah,
I'm gonna be why?
And when you were talking about it, I was like, she's gonna go.
Oh yeah, no,
why
there's
are you talking about it?
Yeah, I know. My FOMO would never.
You could
just not
literally
go.
never. You could literally never. Speaking of traveling, traveling with kids is a whole lot. So travel now while you can.
Yeah.
And for any of the haters that I'm gonna get for traveling with kids is a blessing, you're lying. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to everyone. You're lying. Traveling with newborn to 6 months old, easy peasy, easy. Feed them, change them, they're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Traveling with 2 toddlers, that bicker.
Mm-hmm.
Is the worst. And by the time we were on our last leg of our trip home, it took us 5 hours to get home, close to it, a little over 4 hours.
Why?
Because we had to stop.
Oh,
multiple times for no avail, no reason, but we had to, so we did. So our last leg of our trip was my last leg.
Mm-hmm.
I was done. And I looked at Jake and I was like, I'm just gonna unbuckle and I'm going to open the door. And just whatever happens.
Yeah.
Y'all are all 3 safe. He's driving, so it's fine. But if Jesus decides that I'm wanted and needed here, he'll keep me in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's my time, this is how I go out. Half a mile from our driveway.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Just going to tuck and roll.
It was just, I was done. I was so overstimulated.
Yeah.
Music, multiple conversations, all the things. And I'm not complaining about having children. I love my kids. They're great. They're wonderful. But traveling with kids is a lot.
Yeah.
It's so much. There was biscuit all over my car, hash browns all over the car,
Yeah.
toys that they didn't need but they needed everywhere. It was just, I was so ready to get home, and I was so happy when I saw my driveway.
Yeah.
And yeah,
they get so much
that.
off their schedule. You know, there's so much
Yes.
fun things going on. They don't want to take a nap. There's so
At
much
all.
to do. It's just like,
and you would have thought they would have slept.
yeah.
Like after a week, they had to have been exhausted. Jet didn't sleep the whole week. Like I think he slept 2 nights out of the whole week we were there. And I was like, oh, this ride home is going to be cake. They're going to sleep. It's going to be grand. No.
Mm-mm.
They slept for like 15 minutes, I think. Like right when we got in the car,
Yeah.
they fell asleep. And I was like, oh, they're going to sleep like the whole time. Like this is going to be great. No, not at all. They did not. So yeah, I was just really, really, really glad to be home.
Yeah.
And I used to love traveling. I used to love being on the road. I was a highway queen. Jake hates traveling, so that just makes it even worse too.
Yeah.
So
Once
that's
they
my
get a
complaint.
little older, it should probably get easier.
Yeah,
but
this stage right now
yeah.
is so rough as far as like trying to do things and accomplish things is like borderline impossible, really.
Yeah.
Like today they bickered all day over a penny. Okay. Okay, if that's what you have to argue about it. Jet claims that a worm bit him.
A worm.
A corn, like the ones that are in corn when you shuck it.
Uh-huh.
He was collecting them and putting them in his dump truck.
Collecting worms.
Yeah. And he brought them into the office and was like, look at my dump truck. I was like, what is it? And it was worms out of the corn. And I was like, what are you going to do with it? He's like, can I keep them? I was like, no, you cannot keep them. They need to go back out in the wild. And then he picked one up and he like dropped it. He's like, it bit me with its ear. I was like, did it? Oh, okay.
2 things that can definitely happen with a worm.
For sure. So it's just been a day. It's been a Monday for sure.
Speaking of bugs in your kids,
God.
Jake stated at the beach she was going to keep the cockroach.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, there was like, okay, we don't know if they were like cockroaches, water bugs, whatever. They're all the
big.
same.
That's all
they
I
were
know.
big and they could fly, which was news to me.
They flew?
Yeah. There was one night when you know, like the salt bug, okay,
The assault guns?
yeah, they're like that shoots the bugs with salt or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, like some of the boys were going around and like, you know, shooting them with the salt gun or whatever. And yeah, some of them started flying. And I was like, what is happening?
I must have not have been out there.
Yeah.
I would have lost my mind. I hate bugs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, then
no.
Jax, being like the little animal lover she is,
Yes.
started getting mad at the boys for shooting them
Of
with the salt
course.
or whatever. So then anytime we see one, she'd be like, no.
Oh,
And
my
like
God.
run over to like protect it. And she was like, I'm going to keep it.
That's
and
crazy.
we were like, okay.
I have so many concerns about that, honestly. Yeah, they were so big, and I don't like bugs like all. You would think they wouldn't bother me because I grew up on a farm, whatever. No, I don't do bugs. Ladybugs, dragonflies, butterflies, whatever, they're fine. Lightning bugs, love a lightning bug. You get me something that is gross, like just this big, the size of my hand, and it's so fast. Those things were fast.
Yeah, they're very fast.
But that one that almost got on Michelle's head sent me to a different dimension. And I couldn't I was drinking water. I couldn't get the words out to tell her that it was, I'm talking inches from, like she's leaned up against the wall and it's coming down the wall and she's just talking.
Like scaling the
Yeah,
walls,
literally coming straight towards her. And all I could do was like reach and point. And Kel was like, are you going to throw up? I was like, no, I'm not. I had to like spit my water out and talk because I was laughing. I was talking. I was like, it was right there. And like she looked up and she was like, oh, it could have took me away. Like that's how big it was. Like, it was so big. And then it just disappeared, gone.
It
vanished.
probably flew away.
Ew.
They had wings.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, ma'am. I'm not a bug girl. I'm not a bug girl. It's just not for me.
I'm
Not for
like,
me.
I don't love them, but I also don't hate them. And like, I'm not going to kill them. Like I'll let them live in their little space as long as it don't get too close to my space. And then I'm going to shoo it away. But yeah, they don't bother me that bad.
They just give me the creeps. Like my whole skin crawls. Oh God.
I
no.
will say the bugs, we had all the wasps. We had like a huge nest of wasps on the porch today. We were trying to, get rid of them because they're right there behind my porch swing.
Yeah.
And I like to sit on my porch swing.
And then you would be stung repeatedly.
Yes. And so Colin got like the wasp spray and like sprayed the nest or whatever. Well, then we got the water hose to spray because that wasp spray like foams up everywhere. And when I was spraying, there was like this, it looks like a like, you know how tarantulas are like thick and fuzzy? It was like thick and fuzzy like that, but small. It wasn't like tarantula size.
Ew.
came from like out of my like house siding.
No.
I didn't like that one.
No. I don't like spiders.
And I don't know where he
general.
went afterwards. I guess the water spray took him away, but it was fuzzy and like thick.
No. The only fuzzy, thick thing I want's a dog. Like, no. We were going to eat, I guess it would have been the Friday before we left to go to the beach with you guys. And it was me and Jake and the kids in the car. And Jake was driving. And I like happened to look over and there's a spider on my door. And a spider in the car is just a whole different level of spider.
Oh, yeah, it's traumatizing.
Yes, and so I'm sitting there trying not to panic because the kids are in the car, and I don't want them to start screaming because it just will bust your eardrums. And so I was sitting there, and I'm like, like looking at it, and Jake's like, what is it? What is it? And I'm like, shut up. I'm trying not to bring attention to it, but I'm like having a panic attack. And it was a spider, and it was like tiny, of course, but I don't like them. And to me, I have so much hair. They're just going to crawl up in my scalp and start laying eggs and start a colony of spiders in my hair. Like, that's all I can think about.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm, like, trying not to touch it, and I'm trying to find something to get it with, and it goes, like, under my door handle. So I couldn't get it at that point. And so I just had to sit there the whole time, just, like, staring at the door for, like, 15 minutes, making sure it didn't come out. And then we got out at the restaurant. I didn't see it. And then we got back in the car. It was in Jet's seat.
Oh,
and I was like, absolutely not. So it got. But...
Yeah.
And
Jet hates bugs more
than
like
Jet does hate
so
bugs.
Funny.
It's just we don't like them. We just don't like them.
Yeah.
Love big scary animals. I don't like little scary animals. I don't like mice. And Cassidy was trying to talk Jex into talking me into getting a rat. Like, are you crazy?
Rats are actually, whenever I was it first or third grade, we had like a pet rat, like a class pet rat, in the classroom.
No,
they're actually really really intelligent.
Okay,
but they are kind of like.
They're creepy. It's the eyes.
Yeah.
If you got me an eyeless rat, the tail doesn't even bother me as much as the eyes do.
They're naked. They don't have skin on it.
They're like a naked cat.
Yeah.
I like those. If you could give me a rat with no eyes, I would take it.
That would be creepier.
You think?
Just friggin' holes instead of eyeballs?
No, like closed up. Like
just
we'd have to sew him up.
Oh, God.
Not his eyes. I'm saying if he had a problem. not condoning animal cruelty. I'm saying if the rat had an eye problem and we had to remove the eye and sew them up, I could have him as
like
a
little
pet.
Franken rat.
Yeah.
Little stitches for eyeballs.
Literally. I have all kinds of like disabled animals at my house. But no, I could never have a mouse purposely in my home.
Yeah.
That's just not a thing for me. Jex is convinced we're getting a hamster. We're not at all. Like, I don't know where this came from, but she told everyone we're getting a hamster. I was like, unless they can live outside, which I'm pretty sure they cannot.
Oh yeah, they can barely live inside.
That's what I'm saying. They just barely live.
Yeah. Colin has banned me from getting them because they last a month
and then
you
get sad.
Yeah, and then I'm crying. I'm like, grieving for a week over my hamster.
You
so
really
Colin,
do though. You grieve hard over.
He won't let me
hamster.
get him anymore. After the second one, he was
I feel
no
like
more.
that's good. That's a good boundary to have.
Yeah,
I think. I saw a cooler on the side of the road driving up here.
You didn't check it?
No.
What if it was like a dismembered head or whatever? Is that the word?
That would be on the news.
Yeah.
No, but I might on the way back. It's right near my house, but it was like the igloo kind that like the whole top, like it's on a swivel.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
It was black and red. And I was like, I wonder what's in that. Probably nothing, but thought about checking it or sending Jake to check it.
Could be like a finger or like a tongue
or a hand.
Or a hand.
A hand would fit in there. A head had to be a small head.
Oh yeah.
I think. But either way,
I left
gonna check it out.
Whenever the last night at the beach, we went to eat and then went to TJ Maxx, and I found, so on the way down to the beach, when I packed, my suitcase is like a cloth one and like the stitching is kind of coming undone. So I was like, oh, I need to get a new suitcase. Well, then I'm scrolling on Instagram on the way to the beach, and someone posted this like super cool, like the Beige Travel Company. They have like the matching suitcase sets, and it's literally amazing. I've been wanting forever. Well, like a celebrity posted, they had sent her an orange one. And orange is my favorite color. I love it. It was the most beautiful suitcase I'd ever seen, but it's not out yet. And when it is, it's probably going to be like $400.
Right, yeah.
At TJ Maxx, I found a Steve Madden one that was the exact same orange, a hard case and everything. And I had to have it. I walked around the store with it for like an hour and was like,
you didn't put it back?
Went and got in the car, put it back, went and got in the car, and then sent Colin back inside to get it.
That's the way you are.
Yeah. Anyways, we got it. And so my old suitcase, I just left in the parking garage of like where we were staying or whatever. And I was like, somebody's gonna think that because you're not
There's
supposed
a body
to leave.
in it.
Yeah, or I don't know if you can say this on a podcast. So like BOMB, because like at airports you cannot leave.
Oh, I was hold on. I had to
Processing the
spell that
spelling.
for a second. I was like, what does that word spell?
Like at airports, you cannot leave bags unattended, and if you do, they like send people literally to come
that is
check
a good
it and
thought.
make sure. Yeah, and I was like, what?
You probably shut down a whole hotel.
Yeah, I was like, oh no.
We're gonna be on the
I
news.
left it by a trash can.
Did you take
so-
your tags off of it at least?
Yeah, I made sure
Okay.
it had no connections back to me.
Until now, this podcast.
Yeah, and honestly, the place we were staying at, like, they probably someone there
Took
like
it.
take it, and keep it, because it was. I mean, it was a Jessica
It was
Simpson. It was
huge.
it was a nice big.
I know. Colin was
suitcase.
carrying it down the stairs. I was like, why don't you take the elevator? What are you doing?
Yeah,
It's like, it's so heavy. I'm like, there's the elevator.
yeah.
Like, just send it down. I'm not geting in the elevator, but just send it down.
Did you ride it at all the whole week?
Yeah, Kel made me ride in it once, and I literally was sitting there like staring at. There's no windows, so it's just so close together. And it was like me, Michelle, and Kel just in there, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pass out.
And this was not a full size elevator. It was
No,
literally
it's tiny.
smaller than a closet.
Yeah, it was like
It was
a dumb
small.
waiter.
Yeah,
That's what it felt like to me.
yeah,
And like there was like writing on the walls as you're going up. I'm like, oh god.
yeah. With pencil, literally,
Yeah.
like.
Like I was like, someone has definitely been stuck in here before.
Yeah, I said we
No.
should like write something scary on it. That way, like when the
we
next
should
family
have.
comes in and gets on to write it up, it's gonna say
We
like
should have done that.
leave now or something.
I just had my eyes closed. I was like, I just want to get out. I just get me out.
Speaking
Get me out of it.
leave now and like scary in that house and stuff like that. The lights in my bathroom were flickering. I'm convinced a ghost was talking to me in Morse code because.
In your house or the beach?
Oh no,
house?
the house we stayed at in the beach.
And
Yeah,
you're just now bringing this to our attention.
yeah. Well, no, I think I told Dad about it, but Dad
Oh
don't.
yeah, he doesn't believe in it.
Doesn't entertain ghosts and stuff like that.
Did you write down the pattern?
No, but it was doing it for a couple of days, and I had been like thinking about it and paying attention because it wasn't like normal like light bulb going out blinking. It would be like a long blink and then like fast blinks, and like it was Morse code. And so one morning, me and Colin were brushing our teeth and it was doing it, and so I pointed it out. I was like, I think it's a ghost talking to me in Morse code. And then I like kept talking and stuff, and the whole time he was just like staring at the light like this. The whole time I was talking,
wrote down the
and I was
pattern.
like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "I'm memorizing it." And I
Did he
was like,
memorize it?
No.
Oh dang! You should have.
Yeah.
We could have looked it up.
Yeah, it was so
What
funny.
if it
though.
was?
Yeah.
I mean, I could see that house being haunted. It was.
I know.
so
I was like, what is it?
something.
I don't know what it was trying to say. But
Did
it
you
it
not
was
hear
trying to
the
say
knocks in the middle of the night?
something. No, I did not.
Are you joking me?
No.
I cannot be the only one that heard this. Jake claims that it was the other house because like the duplex or whatever, that whoever's wall we were against, me, Jet and I, that bed, because the beds, I don't know how yours were.
No, someone was in there getting it on.
I don't think so because the motion wasn't right. It wasn't right. If they were, I need to talk to them because it was wrong.
Yeah.
But no, because that was my first. I was like, God, dear God, no. Like I'm gonna have to change rooms, and I don't want to know who it is, like
yeah.
at all.
I know whose room it was.
Don't tell me.
Okay.
I don't want to know. So anyway, no, it wasn't like that. It was like, but the headboards on the beds were not connected to the beds.
Oh yeah.
So every time like you rolled over or got up off the bed or got on the bed, it knocked the wall. So Jake and I put like, because it kept waking Jet up every time I would move, it would wake him up. So I put towels over the corners so that it would be a little muted whenever it would hit, because we backed it all the way up to the wall, but it still did it. Or whatever. So I don't know if that's what it was, but it literally sounded, the first night was a bad night anyway for my son and I. He did not sleep, but it sounded like somebody just dropping dumbbells on the floor.
Oh god.
And I was like, y'all have to hear that. Like, is no one hearing this?
Yeah,
Jake
I didn't hear it.
I mentioned it like the next morning. I was like, did anybody hear the knocking? Like the just boom, and no one heard it. And so now I'm like, it was someone trying to tell me something. And what was it? Because it was like every other night. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it didn't sound like the headboard thing, like against the wall. It sounded like something on the floor was being dropped, because I kept looking up like, there's nothing above us. We are
We're on the top.
the above.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing up there to drop. It was crazy. So I don't know. I don't know what it was.
Must have been the same ghost.
Maybe. Well, they definitely wanted to get in touch with us, and I was unaware that there was Morse code being spoken on our floor. I would have came in there. We could have recorded it.
It really was. It was wild. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Well, speaking of ghosts, actually, where's my notes on this? Oh, actually, I have two things related to what we're talking about, sort of. We'll come back to that. Have you seen on TikTok the girlies, the thrift store girlies that are doing the mystery jewelry jars?
No.
From thrift stores.
Mm-mm.
Okay. My TikTok is the most unhinged. So anyway, girls are going to like thrift shops, and the store owners are just jewelry. They're just putting random jewelry in like big jars, sometimes vases at the thrift store, things that they already have or whatever, and selling it for like $20.
Oh, that's cool.
And you just go through it and you keep whatever, throw away whatever, whatever. And with what I do as one of my jobs, I was like, I should go do that, and just like I can repurpose like some of the chains or whatever.
Right.
But as much as I want to, and honestly, I want to just for the ASMR, because when I hear those girls and their nails tap the glass and like they're like fiddling with jewelry, it just soothes my soul. But what if they're haunted? What if I get a jar and it's haunted? And mind you, I did not say this out loud. I said this in my head to myself about it. I was like, I want to do it, but I'm scared I'm going to get like some kind of piece, and some old woman is going to be mad that I have it, and she's going to be like, it's a whole thing. I'm scrolling on TikTok today, and I couldn't even finish the video because I was like, nope, I spoke this into existence. Yeah, a girl got a jar, and she had some kind of like ghost reader, whatever they have. It was the microphone. And it could have all been pre-recorded. I don't know. What is it? EMF? There's letters, whatever it is.
Yeah.
If you're a ghost hunter, let me know. And she was pulling out pieces, and like certain ones were like making it go off. And I was like, so there's someone attached to it.
That's crazy.
And now I'm scared to do it.
Yeah.
But if anybody does have those at any of our local thrift stores, I would love to buy one actually.
When
dad
like, he's a contractor or whatever. He does remodeling and all this stuff. And when I was probably in like middle school, he, I can't remember if he bought it or not. I think he bought it. It was like this little.
Is this the video?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So that's not the part I'll tell.
Okay.
We can tell after. But so there's like he bought this like little trailer and completely, flipped it, remodeled it, and sold it or whatever. But in that little trailer, I think it was mostly empty, but there was like this little glass figurine. And yeah, I got that feeling from that thing. I was like, let's just not mess with that at all, because I was like, something is attached to that. I was terrified of it. I was probably in 7th or 8th grade at this time. I was terrified of that little glass figurine. I can't remember. I want to say Dad like brought it home anyways.
Of course he did. He probably sold it on Marketplace.
Yeah. If Marketplace would have been a thing back then, for sure. What up?
Oh, it's so funny. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I would be attached to my things. Like if I died and my husband tried to give people something that was mine and like a prized possession, I would be like, absolutely not. And I would haunt them until they gave it back.
Yeah.
Put it back where it goes. But that's just me.
Yeah.
But speaking of body parts, we spoke about them briefly, but okay. I don't know what I believe in as far, like, well, I love Jesus. So like this Matrix thing is whatever. Okay. But I always say like, oh, it was a glitch in the Matrix. Like always. I think I had, what is it? The Mandala effect? Effect,
like when like logos are
where
different.
I think
and stuff like,
I remember something that I don't know if I remember or not. Okay, get this. And why this occurred to me, I will never know. Several years ago, I was photographing a wedding, and the bride of said wedding wanted me to photograph the bridal shower. So I came to the bridal shower, photographed there, met like all of the friends, all the bridesmaids, all the things, right? I swear on everything in me, there was a girl there who was in the wedding that had one arm and had a prosthetic. And I was so amazed because she was able to do all the things. It was amazing to me. And I like specifically remember, I don't think we spoke much, but I specifically remember being like, you can't even tell. Like, that's crazy. Like, I was intrigued and amazed by it, right? Okay, I don't know what happened to her arm. In my head, it was a shark attack. It probably wasn't, but that's what I had chalked it up to being was, she was bitten by a great white.
Yeah.
Obviously. So, I started trolling Facebook. I was like, I know that I added this person because I would have tagged them in the wedding photos. Can't find her. Not even in the pictures.
I was about to say, is she in the wedding photos?
No. And I know I did not make this up because she held up a bikini top that the bride had gotten as a gift. And I was like, can't even tell. And it was.
That's insane.
I
can't even process that.
I know. And now I'm like, am I crazy? And I just want to know how she is.
Yeah.
I just want to know how she's doing. How's things?
She could have been a ghost.
That's what I'm saying. Something crazy. Something is
Are
happening.
you like friends enough with the bride that you could be like, hey, did you have someone in your wedding party with a prosthetic arm?
I
Or
could.
did I completely make that up?
I could, but then I feel like I'm being rude. I'm not being rude at all. Like, I'm literally so intrigued by it. I was so
that's
like,
actually crazy.
yeah, I was like, because I never met anyone with a prosthetic arm. I have seen people with prosthetic legs, but I never met anyone with a prosthetic arm. And it was like the whole arm from what I remember, or at least like bicep, elbow area down.
Yeah.
Like the hand portion was not real. And I just remember thinking like, that's crazy that I've never met anyone like that before. And like, I'm so intrigued and have so many questions, like all the things, but it wasn't the right time. And now for some reason, like 15 years later, I'm like, did you exist? Or did I just make this up in my head?
You must have made her up.
I thought that her name was such and such. So I looked up such and such, 2 arms. And then I was like, okay, well, I know they would have been friends. So I like went through like old posts to find her. And I was like, have I completely lost my mind? I know I have. I'm determined to find her.
Yeah.
I will find her. But maybe I'm just crazy and there was never a girl with a fake arm. I just thought maybe she did have a fake arm and it was real this whole time. Maybe it was broken and it just was. I don't know.
Wait, but did y'all talk about the arm being fake?
Yes, it was fake.
Okay.
I know it was. I'm not just trying to like figure out what's happening with my brain. But I know it was. I literally know that it was. And I just I randomly thought of her and was like, oh, I'm going to look at her. Where's her life gone? Not there.
Apparently nowhere.
Apparently she's not
That's
anywhere.
actually crazy.
I know.
I need to know. We need to know more.
I'm going to do
Hopefully she's listening to this.
That's what I was
like,
going to
that's
say.
Me.
Please, if it is you, and I'm not going to say any of the names because I'm not friends with any of these people. Like I just did a wedding, you know. I would just love to know just how you're doing. And I don't know why I thought about you, but I thought about you and just how are things? You know what I mean? Just hit me up.
Crazy.
It was insane. So there's that.
I don't know if I've ever had anything like that happen to where like I thought,
well, it was making me trip.
Yeah, no, that's actually wild.
And I was like, I didn't know I did not make this up. I know I did not. Maybe I did. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so that's my like completely unhinged thought that I've had this past week.
You could have dreamed it. You know, sometimes you'll dream about work. Do you dream about work?
No. I mean, no. I dream about, what do you mean? Like the act of working?
Yeah, like if I have a client coming up and I'm like kind of stressed about it or whatever, like I'll dream about like dipping that client's hair. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's why I quit weddings. Before 75% of my weddings, I would dream that I like lost the memory cards, or I lost the memory cards at that wedding. At that one, yes, they fell out of my back pocket and a man came up and handed them to me. Yeah.
He switched them.
He might have. I'm telling you.
He was like, the world shall never know about
something's going
lady
on.
Yeah, no, that's fishy. That's that's sus.
I know. I'm gonna have to look into it. Yeah, I've had dreams that I've lost memory cards, or like I've fallen in the ocean at a beach wedding, or any kind of bad scenario that you can have. I've dreamed it before a wedding, which is why I quit, because they're too much. They're too stressful.
I used to have them all the time when I did like competitive cheerleading before competitions and stuff. I would always dream either like I was somehow running late, or like I forgot my shoes.
Oh, running late's always one.
Yeah. Crazy stuff like
which
that.
Which I don't like running late anyway, but especially when it's like work related.
Oh, I'll get somewhere an hour early so that I can sit in my car for an hour. Yeah, and not have to be late. Yeah.
But I'll do that, and then I'll be like, all right, I'm just gonna wait till like 5 minutes. And then it'll be like 3 minutes and I'm still sitting in my car.
Yeah.
And then I am like late.
Yeah.
But I've been there the whole time. I feel like that was, speaking of photo shoots, we have a photo shoot coming up. I'm excited about it.
Me too.
I don't know what we're going to wear.
Yeah. No, I have like I have maybe, like 1 to 2 kind of ish ideas that I've thought of, but I haven't actually like.
I haven't laid anything out yet.
Yeah.
It's going to be black, obviously.
I'm probably going to have to end up shopping.
Are you going to go shopping?
Know. Yeah.
Online or in store?
Probably in the store. Maybe go to South Point or something. I love South Point.
Well, let me know. I may go with you because I know I want to wear a pair of shorts that I bought for Music Fest last year. I only wore them the one time. I haven't repeated them, and they're really cute. So I'm going to wear those probably. But other than that, that's all I got so far.
I have like, I kind of want to do like some sort of like wife beater, cut up like beater type outfit.
That'd be cute.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need to plan that. I want to have Heidi come on the podcast at some point.
Yeah.
And talk about some of the crazy, because she photographs weddings like literally every weekend.
Yeah.
She's a crazy person.
And she's also like
great.
gets to like travel and do
Oh,
some
yeah,
like
she's
super
been
cool
everywhere,
photo shoots.
I want to hear like some of her most unhinged crazy stories, because like I know from photographing weddings for 10 years, people are bonks.
Oh yeah.
So I want to know, and not
like,
even, I'm not talking like brides and grooms, I'm talking like just people in general that are like at weddings.
And mother-in-laws.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I had a dad ask me at a wedding, it like, are you supposed to be eating? I was like, well, I'm hungry. So,
I'm not going to starve if that's what you want.
Me this plate.
That's wild.
But yeah, thanks. What was I going to say? There was something I was going to reminisce on about a wedding, and now I can't remember what it was. People are just crazy. So, she's had some crazy things happen at some of her weddings, especially like ones that are like different states and stuff probably do things differently than we do here.
Oh yeah.
I would love to hear about it, all of them.
That's
just
crazy.
All of them. Weddings are just so stressful.
The story today is about, is this about a mother-in-law?
Is it?
Hold on. Yeah, it is.
Oh my God, look at us.
The topic of it.
What a good leadway.
Okay, so this person, they sent this in a couple weeks ago. It says they had just listened to episode 4, and we talked about mother-in-laws on episode 4 and stuff. So she said, a little backstory. We've been together for 10 years, met when we was in high school. I have so many stories I could tell, but I'll stick with this one. Stay at home with the kids, and we share the same driveway with her in-laws, their neighbors. Most of the time, she's so thankful for them, living beside each other and everything. His mom stays at home with him, or his mom stayed at home with him and his sister until they graduated, and still to this day stays at home. And so recently she had been coming over every day, which was great. She likes the company and everything, since she doesn't get to go out and have much adult interaction. But sadly, I had to call her out the other day for coming in unannounced. I homeschool my kids, and they were working on something, so I decided to take a shower. I heard the bathroom door open. As I was getting out, I figured it was just one of the kids needing to use the bathroom. Tell me why it was my mother-in-law. I'm butt naked, and she's asking why I haven't washed my dishes yet. My son will be home soon, and he has to come home to this every day.
Oh, no.
I was floored because the whole family had been sick and was barely getting the homeschool stuff done. I needed a shower and was planning on doing the dishes once I got out so I could cook dinner. But like, what in the heck?
Okay, first of all, my immediate response is, yeah, you're right. He does get to come home to this every day as I'm naked in my bathroom. That's my first response. Yeah. Secondly, go wash them.
Yeah.
If it's bothering you in my house to the point you feel the need to come interrupt my shower, go wash the dishes.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
It's insane.
I could never.
No.
I could never. I hope she never comes to my house.
Yeah.
Because the Lord have mercy.
I wouldn't even if I'm in the shower and even my husband comes in to say hey, why aren't the dishes done? Better yet, my
husband would never.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy.
Which my husband and I have we're so non-traditional as far as gender roles and all the things go. If it needs to be, if it needs to be done, it needs to be done. Whoever's doing it does it. Whatever. Normally, if I cook, he does the dishes. That's just how it's always been. It is not something I asked for. That is just literally how it has always been. Mm-hmm. And so, but even Jake would never come home and say. I don't know most of my friends' husbands that would do that. That would be why are the dishes not done? Yeah. I don't know anyone like that personally, so that's ew. Yeah. But especially someone that doesn't even live in my house.
A mother-in-law, that's actually crazy.
No. Yeah. Your mom has seen me naked.
She went with you lingerie shopping.
She did. Her and Natalie, they learned a lot that day. Yeah. But no, she's never just walked in the shower. Hey, excuse me. Yeah. You have a dirty cup in your sink.
That's the thing, this book though. If you give a mouse a cookie, they've been coming over every day and then gets
How
more.
How is that related to
because you get more comfortable. You gave the mouse cookie and now he wanted the milk. But with a mother-in-law, you let her, and the more comfortable she starts to feel, she thinks she could just walk in on you naked and be why have you done my son's dishes?
Ew, that makes me cringe. Yeah. But I'm also such a dude. When it comes to household stuff, I would rather do anything outside versus housework. I hate it, but No, that's so gross to me. That whole sentence is just disgusting. Just go wash them.
Yeah.
If it's that big of a deal.
Or walk back to your house.
Or, go home.
Yeah, where your dishes are apparently done.
Go home.
And they better have been. If she was talking to her daughter-in-law about how her son's coming home and he ain't got dinner cooked and
I
dishes
might would have walked over there.
Yeah, she better have her husband's dinner cooked and dishes done. And
yes.
Yeah.
In fact, just bring us dinner.
Yeah.
If that's how we're going to be. I would have probably robed up, if that, and walked over there just to check her dishes.
Yeah, let's go look at yours.
That's crazy.
While we're on the topic. Yeah.
That is literally crazy. I could no, but my mother-in-law would never do that.
Yeah, no, mine
like
either.
ever. She comes into my house and you can't even walk through it most of the time because kids' toys are
toys out of the
everywhere.
way.
Yeah. So no. Speaking of our parents though, well, this is just about your dad. So I forget what it was. Jay and Aunt Rhonda, like your dad Jay and Aunt Rhonda were talking, and I forget where we were. I mean, we were somewhere at the beach, but I don't know like if we were like on the beach or in the living room. I don't know where we were. Anyway, they got to talking about the moon. And I just sat there the whole time and was like, what is happening? I want to say it was in the playroom area. I don't know why I'm setting the scene. It doesn't matter. But they talked. It had to have been 15, 20 minutes. They talked about how like your dad was driving y'all to Daytona one time or something. And, like, he was driving towards the moon, and he was, like, scared to keep going. He, like, kept checking on y'all because y'all were asleep, making sure y'all were still breathing, like it wasn't the end of the world. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, because it was just, like, the road, and then it was the moon at the horizon. Like, it was, like, huge. And I was like, are you sure?
You see where I get these thoughts from.
I was like, are you sure, though, that happened? He was like, yeah. And then he was like, and it was, like, out of nowhere, it was just over there in the sky. It was smaller. I was like, because you turned away from the moon. But him and Aunt Rhonda just went on and on for like 15, 20 minutes talking about how the moon changes sizes and how quickly it moves and how one minute it's over here and next minute it's over there. And like,
I'm so sad I wasn't present for that conversation.
Yeah, I don't know why I was present for this conversation. Like, I don't know. I mean, I was thoroughly enjoying it because I was like, huh.
Yeah. You know what's even crazier? I talked about that same trip on the way down to the beach. I haven't talked about it in literally forever. Well, but I remember because around that time, because I remember my dad was driving. We were all little kids. It was nighttime because we were all, because that way
y'all left after dinner.
Yeah. And that was the time that like the Nokia, like the walkie-talkie cell phones were popular.
Oh, I loved a Nextel.
Yeah. Because I remember like a lot of like the dads in the group had them and we were all traveling, behind each other. So they were just like walkie-talkieing each other. Oh, that was cool. But that's crazy.
Apparently y'all were almost at the end of the world. So
we're just going to drive straight
y'all
into the moon.
Yeah. And he said he was like freaking out about it. I was like, why? And he's like, I don't know. Just driving straight. He's like, I literally kept checking to make sure everyone was like still good. I was like, crazy. Were you good? Because I'm concerned about you at this point.
That's so funny.
But I don't know why. I just thought that was so funny though. Because they were just going back and forth about the moon for literally 20 minutes.
That's funny.
And I was just sitting there and I think I was by myself. Like, I don't know why us three are here. Like, what is going on? Oh, it was funny. Let's see. I had some other things. We talked about that. Oh, I had some questions for you.
Okay.
I got on Pinterest. I added you to a board. Not sure if you got my notification.
I was on Pinterest today.
Or you added you to a board for this podcast. And I found an article with 150 conversation starters.
Oh.
Because I needed some stuff for today. If you could talk. Nope.
I can talk.
If you could read. If animals could talk, which animal would be the rudest?
The rudest? I feel like
I'm interested to see if we have the same answer.
I feel like a woman cheetah.
Oh, I'll put a beaver.
You think beavers would be? Yeah, they.
Yeah, I think they would be rude.
I don't know if they'd be rude. I think beavers would be grumpy.
Is that not rude?
No, to me, grumpy and rude are different.
Oh, okay, Jet's grumpy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I feel like a female cheetah. They just because like they're
entitled.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. See, you always give the in-depth answers. I just literally was like, it has to be a beaver.
Yeah.
Okay. If you had to name, this might get a little deep. If you had to name a chapter in your life right now, what? I literally can't read. If you had to name, no, that was right. If you had to name a chapter in your life right now, what would it be called? So I took this as if I had to name what I'm living right now, this season of life, what would my chapter be called? And I named it, but what would you name yours?
Oh, God, I don't even know.
Okay, do you want me to tell you what I named mine?
Yeah.
While you think on it? The in-between.
I was literally gonna say like in limbo or something
Were you?
like that.
Look
No, I
at
swear.
us.
Yeah,
okay.
because I'm like in the I literally just turned 27. We don't have kids yet, but we have like full-time jobs in our own house and stuff like that. So we're kind of like in that weird limbo phase of like our 20s and everything.
Okay, so I put in between. I'm in the middle of everything. My kids are growing up, and we don't know if we're gonna have any more. So it's like a weird, like dynamic. Like,
right.
Is this my last baby? And he's just growing up every single day. What is going on?
Yeah.
Every aspect of my life right now is in between bigger moments, like huge moments of the past and big moments that are going to happen that haven't happened yet. And I'm just like here, like, like stuck in the middle between amazing things that have happened and whatever is going to happen. And it's just the weirdest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like I think about it all the time. So I was like really intrigued when I saw that question after reading like 149 of them.
Yeah.
But I was like, it has to be the in-between.
Yeah, no, I literally was going to say like in limbo or something.
Yeah.
Because like we're past the point of our 20s where we go out and party and stuff like that all the time. But we're not at the point yet where we have had kids and stuff. So we're just kind of in this like.
Yeah, it's a weird space.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like gray.
Yeah.
It's a gray space almost. Okay. What isn't real but you wish was real? I took this as like an animal.
Mm-hmm.
I went animal route. I said a Pegasus.
Pegasus?
Yeah, I would love a Pegasus.
Yeah.
I think that'd be sick.
I just wish like magic would be real.
Magic is real. I'm just gonna.
The world is magic.
The world is magic. Yeah. Okay. I get that. Would you wear? Would a Pegasus require a saddle? Would you have a saddle on a Pegasus, or would you just trust it?
Just trust it.
You think?
Yeah.
See, I'm scared of heights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just feel like I need something.
You're like,
to
can
hold
you
on
just
to.
walk around?
Yeah.
Just walk on the ground.
Out, but just walk.
Flap them, but flap them on the ground.
That would be me. Like, I love you so much. I love to watch you fly, but we're not there yet.
Yeah. Or like, dragons.
Yeah,
I mean, that's all the same.
Yeah, I love
realm.
the mystical creatures. I just want to say we're all real.
I want to pet dragons so bad.
You would want to pet dragon. Actually, speaking of,
my next tattoo appointment in a couple weeks is of a dragon. I can't wait.
You have a tattoo appointment in a couple weeks?
Yeah. Well, like
I had to bail on
it's
one
in August.
I texted Lauren. I did that. I had that. I'm not going to speak on because somebody will take it. I don't know who somebody is. I don't know why I said it like that, but someone will. And she was like, "Okay, come in this date." I was like, "Girl, I'm at the beach.
Yeah,
I can't come." She's like, "Leave the beach."
Was it last week?
Yeah, it was the 5th.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see here. I have a dragon. I have my anxiety dragons. Only 2 of them.
I love them, but they're so pointy.
Yeah, but. So I'm a pain person. I'm a like pain release. So I use these kind of like as a bed of nails. So I like will push them into my palms and like get that little release of pain, which I know is super traumatic. I'm aware. Like I understand that's a self-harm tactic and it's not healthy. But well, a bed of nails is healthy, right? People use it for like acupuncture purposes. Have you ever laid on a bed of nails?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See,
no, I haven't, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I want one because it's supposed to hit all your like points.
Yeah.
But yeah, so these are, if you're on the YouTube, these are the 3D famous TikTok dragons. I have literally 12 of them. And I keep a couple in my like bag. So if I'm anxious, I can like fiddle with them or whatever. I know it may be weird, but it helps me. And yeah, so
they're the
crazy.
Cutest things ever.
I really love them, but I will just sit here and like mess with them constantly if I'm anxious. Speaking of my bag, I have so many things in here, but I brought us these to try and we're going to try them on the podcast today.
Colin bought this little guy at the beach. He's like
yes, that's what I love, a thing like that. Yeah.
But you throw it at the wall and it like flattens.
What flattens?
Well, I didn't throw it hard enough. He's supposed to flatten. Like, okay, what are we eating?
We're going to try. Do you want to try them now?
We can.
I have them out. We can go through my bag later. I got all kinds of stuff in there. These are Oreo Sour Patch Kids. I think I read that wrong. Sour Patch Kid Oreos. Sour Patch Kid flavored cookies and cream with colorful inclusions.
So is it going to taste like cookies? I mean, is it going to taste like Sour Patch Kids, or is it just colored like a Sour Patch Kid?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I see.
You see?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Huh.
It says sour sweet Oreo.
Interesting.
Your dog's going to eat your stress, man.
I named him Billy.
Deegan, don't eat that. That can't be good for you.
Don't eat Billy.
Billy? Why Billy? Where'd Billy come from?
I don't know.
That's
Colin said, what should his name be? And I said, Billy. He said, okay.
I mean, what's the guy that I think's hot? Married Angelina Jolie. Has a dragon tattoo. His name's Billy.
She married a Billy? I feel like no Billy ever is hot.
No, you
a
wouldn't
hot
think he's-
Billy. Like that's just not when I think of hot. I don't think Billy's really hot.
No, look it up. What's his name? Yes, you do know who I'm talking about. He's so famous, and I'm dumb right now.
The one she's like divorced to and stuff, or another man? Because wasn't she?
She's been divorced so many times.
Okay.
Who married Angelina?
Is he a singer?
No, he's a Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think he's hot.
I can't think of what he looks like, but I know his name. Oh yeah, no. So yeah, you would think he's hot.
I would think he's hot.
I would not think he's hot. So.
I think he's so
Because there's just not hot Billies in the world. And if you know a hot Billy, I don't believe you.
No offense, by the way.
Yeah,
if your
no
name
offense.
is
I
Billy.
highly doubt we have a listener named Billy. And if we do, cool. Hey, Billy.
Oh, that's me. Okay. Well, Billy Bob Thornton's hot.
Okay.
I said it. He's skinny.
We talked about at the beach. We talked about like what are they
Your
called?
hall pass list.
Hall pass list. Yeah, and Megan's was just like
tried it.
wild and all over the place. How is it?
Well, it's just the cookies, so it just tastes like the vanilla Oreos.
Okay.
Yeah, my list is all over the place because I'm all over the place.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. I kind of like it. It's not bad.
That's strange.
It tastes just like a Sour Patch Kid, but like crunchy.
But a Oreo too. I mean, not the chocolate Oreos.
Yeah.
The vanilla Oreo or whatever.
Yeah. I get more Sour Patch Kid than I get Oreo. But it's good.
That is strange. It is a little sour.
Yeah. No, I like it.
Wow. Okay. Well, go get you some of those if you like super weird flavor combinations.
It's not. Ooh, the aftertaste is like you get the sour more in the after.
It tastes like a
Oh my
cereal.
god, it's pure sour in my back teeth.
Yeah, it's sour. That reminds me of a cereal. And
Yeah.
now I can't remember what cereal that reminds me of.
It's better than I thought it would be,
Oh yeah, I thought it was gonna be super gross actually.
but I don't like the after like
Mm-mm.
hit very much.
Like I could not eat a whole pack of those. I could
Oh,
eat a
God,
whole
no.
pack of Oreos.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Oreo out of all the Oreo flavors combinations that they've ever had ever? What's your favorite one that is still a thing or has been discontinued?
I like Cakesters a lot.
What's a Cakester?
Oreo
Oh,
cakes-
I've had
yeah,
those.
Yeah, Oreo Cakesters.
Oh, I hid those in my room at the beach one year, and Jax found them and brought them out, and everybody started eating them.
Oh no, yeah, no,
Mhm.
I like those a whole lot. I also really like mint Oreos. I like the like fudge dipped Oreos.
I like the mint ones.
Yeah.
Do you like the thins
Yeah.
or the regular stuffed or the double stuffed?
Well, mint I like the thin.
Me too.
But like regular Oreo double stuff because I love like the filling.
How do you eat your Oreos?
I'd like scrape the filling off with my teeth.
You open them.
Yeah.
See, I close them
Uh-huh.
and smush it and then lick all the way around and then eat them.
That's an interesting
Yeah.
way.
I don't know why. Okay, so that was fun. This is just another off the wall topic, I guess. Have you ever been driving down the road or riding? It's probably better if you're riding, you're looking at surroundings. And you see a place, not even like a home or a building. Like I literally saw this cute little nook in a backyard and I was like, I've been there before. Knowing good and well, I have never been to that corner of that backyard that had the cute little tree in it. I've never been there, but something in me was like, you've been there. And I felt like I had been there. I started smiling, and Jake's like, what are you smiling? I literally was like, I did. I was like, oh, what a great memory I've never had. Is that a thing?
No.
Yes, it is.
I think weird stuff and feel weird stuff all the time. I can honestly say I've never rode past a place I've never been. And I was like, yeah, I've been there.
I literally, I literally have like I did it 3 or 4 times on the way home from the beaches this year.
And smiled every time.
Mm-hmm. I was like, I've been there. I know I have. I haven't, but I have been there.
No, that's
So am I like teleporting in my dreams or what? What's the deal? This is a very spiritual podcast we have here.
yeah, maybe.
But why would I go to a random nook in a backyard? It had like plants and it was very like oasis feeling, but like cottage oasis, not like tropical oasis.
Yeah,
And I
it
was
probably
like,
means
oh,
something.
So
Did you Google?
cute. No, I don't know how to Google that.
What does it mean if you feel like you've been a place you've never been? I don't know.
How do you Google
Yeah.
that? I mean, you know what I mean? I think maybe I should talk to a therapist about it. Maybe. I don't know.
I've like rode past, like there's this one house that I passed on the way up to y'all's house,
Mm-hmm.
and they have this little section of trees out front,
Mm-hmm.
and they have twinkle lights through it, and they have like a swing and like a tire
Yeah,
swing
you
in the
feel like
middle
you've
for
been
their
there.
kids. I don't feel like I've been there, but like I wish I have, you know, like it's cool It's a cool place. It's a cool vibe. I'd like to go, but I've never.
I'm just telling you, I had that feeling like several times on the way home.
That's wild.
It was weird. But this happened to me before. Like, this is just like the most recent incident of it happening.
Maybe you're supernatural.
Maybe I am. What am I?
I don't know. You have like I would say like kind of like that's not necessarily like empath, but like you have some connection to that place somehow.
Hey.
Like you and that place are somehow
I'm telling
connected. Do you sleep with a mirror facing your bed?
you. Yeah,
You do?
absolutely.
Don't.
What? What? Why?
So at nighttime your soul like leaves your body to wander, and if there's a mirror facing your bed, when it like leaves your body to wander and sees the mirror, it can get lost and like not return to you.
I'm a lost soul.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe.
that tattooed immediately.
Maybe you're, and then maybe that's why you think you've been all these places when your soul
My
sees
soul
this
just be
mirror and
traveling
gets
around
lost.
without me.
Yeah,
Well, what is it doing on the line of South Carolina? What is it doing down there?
enjoying a little
Oasis,
Yeah,
a
little
cottage core.
cottage core.
I'm telling you,
oasis.
maybe I am. I don't know, but I've always had a mirror right there. I've always had a mirror facing my bed everywhere I've ever been.
Yeah, that's so bad. You're supposed to at least like put it
So bad.
so bad. You're supposed to at least put a sheet over it like at nighttime and stuff like that.
You know, that's weird. One of my friend's husbands turns, she has like a freestanding mirror like in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Super cute, like with a plate in front of the whole thing. Her husband makes her turn it backward every night.
Yeah, you're not supposed to sleep with like or even like a reflection. Like even like TV reflection is like not good.
My TV's always on because I have to watch Frasier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't cover that mirror. I just have to take it down.
Yeah.
But could I have it beside my bed?
Uh,
Like if we're both facing that way, like if the mirror is right beside my face, like on my bedroom door, facing the same way I'm facing.
I would still say no, but I don't know.
What am I
Maybe
gonna do? Where am I gonna see myself?
you put it in a different room, like in your closet or
totally
in your
different room.
bathroom. Yeah.
I could put it on the bathroom door.
Like my mirror in my bedroom is in my bathroom, and then like this weekend at the place or like last week the place we stayed at the beach, like the bathroom mirror was facing the door, so I like would shut the bathroom at night. That way, like the mirror wasn't
Crazy.
present with us while we were
I've never
sleeping.
heard this.
Yeah.
I've always heard don't have two mirrors facing one another. 'Cause that's
Yeah.
a portal. Wow, that's crazy. I mean, that kind of does, I guess, explain a lot about my sleep habits.
You're also not supposed to show like children their reflection in the mirror until they're 2, which a lot of people don't do.
Well.
And yeah, it's
Let me tell you what that does. Makes them vain. And then when they cry, they watch themselves in the mirror.
Jax at one point at the beach last week was walking past, like you could see her reflection in the stove, and she was walking past it and she stopped and like did a little dance
she does it
while
every
she was
time.
watching herself and kept walking. It was so
She
funny.
gets it from me though, because literally my mirror that's right beside my bed, I sit up every morning because I'm on that side, and I sit and I just look at myself in the mirror like, girl,
Yeah, another
what are we
day.
gonna do today? Yeah, and you just sometimes expect to wake up looking different than you do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's like when I first get a haircut or first get like my hair colored or something, I'll stare at it in the mirror. Like every time I pass a mirror, I'm gonna like look at it
I'm
for a little
very
bit. And
vain,
be like,
though.
what is
Like I'm a very vain person, and I admit that. Here's my problem. Well, that list is long, but one of my problems is I'm very self-aware, like almost too self-aware. And people think that I'm not though. So it's like I'm so self-aware that I come across as I'm not self-aware, and people think that I don't realize the things that I'm doing and saying, but I'm 100%. Like I see what I'm doing and I hear what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I just don't care. This is the thing.
Right.
But I was like talking to my mom about it. I was like, I'm very self-aware, and sometimes I catch myself doing things like in an argument or whatever, and I'll catch myself saying something and I'm like, but I'm not going to take it back now because I already said it. I'm not going to change it. And my mom was like, well, that's not good. I'm like, yeah, I understand that. I'm self-aware. I'm self-aware.
I know
of my
this
problem.
about myself.
Yeah, I just don't know how to fix it. That's the problem. But I'm very vain. I'm a very vain person. And I think, and this is going to sound so like, I think it's from being bullied in school. And like, because I was very self-conscious during like growing up through middle school and high school. I was very self-conscious because like my friends were always prettier, or my friends always looked more womanly than I did, or whatever. And so I was very self-conscious. And then when I like blossomed, as they say, or whatever, really I just got comfortable with who I was. I became like, I have to always look good. I have to always try. And this, I don't do that anymore. Obviously. I'm past that stage of my life where I have to like get up and make sure you have eyebrows on because my hair is blonde, so I have no eyebrows. Like, make sure you have eyebrows, make sure you're wearing a little mascara, make sure, you cover your pimples, like all that. I don't care anymore to do that. But I'm like to the point where Apple Watches, this is just an example that I can give that like makes sense to other people. That's not just in my head. I can't wear an Apple Watch because that's not aesthetically pleasing to me.
Oh, they're not. They're awful.
Yeah,
I wear mine at
can't
work
do it.
and work only. But if we're like like as soon as I get home from work, I take it off.
Like I'm jealous of the people that can't wear them and get like the cute bands and all the things. But to me, it's not aesthetically pleasing, and I can't look down and see. I don't even wear watches in general unless they completely match whatever I'm wearing. The outfit, it has to call for a watch. I can't look down and see something that I don't like.
Yeah,
like it's weird to me. But that's like, and my kid's like that. Like, and I don't like that she is like that. It bothers me because she like thrives for perfection. And I don't think that I have like projected that onto her. I think it's just her personality, because I don't thrive. I don't make her be perfect. I don't make her, you know, oh, well, you colored out of the lines, redo it. Like, that's crazy. Like, I'm very free spirited as far as that goes. But she's vain. Like, even as a 4-year-old, she literally will have a complete meltdown and be sitting in her floor staring at herself in the mirror. And I'm like, girl, you gotta stop watching yourself cry.
Yeah.
That's, like, that's a whole new level.
Yeah.
Like,
if I look at myself while I'm crying, I cry harder
you cry
instantly.
She's like, why are you? I'm ugly when I cry. And I'm like, why are you so ugly when you cry?
Yeah.
I'm not a movie star crier. Like, it's just not. I'm like, whole face is red and so many chains, and it's just not cute.
I also like have a weird relationship with mirrors though, because if I look at myself in the mirror for too long, I'm like that. I'll convince myself it's not real. Like, I'll
Did
be
you
like,
do Bloody Mary?
Yeah.
I had to shake that the other day. And then I went on a tangent of how it became called Bloody Mary.
Yeah, I don't know how it became called Bloody Mary, but I
Well,
remember
there's
me and
different
my like childhood friend growing up that lived like next door to my parents. We did it at her house one time, and I'm pretty sure, like, I feel like I remember seeing Bloody Mary. Obviously, I didn't, but
no, you didn't.
Yeah,
me and my friend in elementary school used to do all the scary things. Like, I watched The Ring for the first time at her house. Are you too young for that?
I've never watched it,
but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
the girl that crawls out of the well in the TV.
Yes.
Okay. And the static, and you get a call 7 days, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Okay. So we watched The Ring. Well, her mom called us watching The Ring. So called her neighbor and was like, hey, when I call you, call them back. And literally they did it to us. They like called us like 7 days. Yeah, it was super creepy. Never watched it again. I haven't watched it since then, like, even as an adult.
Yeah.
But her and I used to do all the, like, we read Are You Afraid of the Dark? Like, all of those, and like all the scary stories that have like those super creepy drawings in them. Do you know what I'm talking about? The pencil sketches.
Yes.
We read all of those, and we did Bloody Mary every single week, and I stayed there, but never happened.
Have you ever done the thing on the bridge on Rogers Road?
No, what's that?
You've never heard of it?
No.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so
okay.
I feel like, well, you went to Southern, but you live like out the other way. So do you know what bridge I'm talking about on Rogers Road?
Prom Bridge?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was the other one at the haunted house going to Burlington, going to E.M. Holt.
Oh, maybe this isn't the prom bridge.
Okay, no, you go.
But there's, I can't remember, I don't remember exactly the backstory to it. I just remember at nighttime you're supposed to stop on the bridge, turn your lights off, get out, like run around your car and stuff, get back in, and when you turn the lights on, there's supposed to be a person there. Yeah. I've done it several times. I've never seen the person. Yeah.
Yeah, there's several stories like that. No, the one I was talking about is on the whatever the road's called, going E.M. Holt from my house.
Okay, yeah.
The old farmhouse that's for sale right now that sits up on top of the hill. Beautiful old farmhouse. Supposedly that's haunted. I've always heard that, but the bridge is also haunted. Like, a girl, I don't remember the whole story. Sorry for my Southern Alliance community, but she wrecked her car or something, and like, you're supposed to see her like on prom nights and stuff, like crying.
I feel like this one was prom related too, but I think this one was like her and her boyfriend got in a fight, and so she got, like, she was pissed and like let me out of the car and got out, and then got hit by a car. Oh, okay. Well, I always heard of it being that bridge
with the same story.
Yeah.
Y'all need to get it right.
Yeah.
Who came up with these? Maybe it did. Maybe it did happen on both bridges. Maybe. People need to stop getting out of their cars. Have you seen the ones where like people put like baby powder on their bumpers and go to like the roads where like people supposedly push your car?
Yes, that's crazy.
Yeah, I watched a whole TikTok, like one of the long ones, and it was showing the whole process of getting there and putting the baby powder on. And it was over a railroad track though. Like, you stop. I guess it's not a working railroad track because obviously that'd be so dangerous. But you like stop on one side of the railroad track and supposedly you get pushed over the tracks. Crazy. I'm going to go off on a limb here and say it's gravity, but it's a fun story. Literally park the car, turn the video off. Never finished the video. They never finished it. And I was like, so it didn't happen. What was the point of posting all this?
Or maybe they died.
For clickbait. Well, how they posted it? They died.
Oh, yeah, that's true. maybe they posted it while they were sitting there, and then they were still in the car, and
they died.
The ghost didn't push them, and a train hit them, and they died.
I mean, that's possible, I guess.
What was that? We were talking about. Oh God,
so many ghost stories.
Yeah, I can't remember.
You got another ghost story?
Yeah. Oh no, it wasn't a ghost story. It was a question.
Okay.
Have you ever been to the Devil's Stomping Ground or whatever it's called?
I have not. Devil's Tramping Ground, whatever.
I've heard some crazy stories about that.
Yeah, my dad's from there. You know, like that's my dad's tromping ground.
Mm-hmm.
It has been featured on several of my podcasts that I listen to, which I was like, oh my God, we're famous. My dad has been there. My mom's been there. I think they're not believers. Well, my dad has recently become a believer.
Has he?
He won't say that, but I'll say it for him. My mom, actually, she's not a skeptic. She actually does believe in things, because I say that because we both think that our houses are haunted, and I think mine is. Yeah. My mom's, it would be the grounds, because her house is new, 15 years old. So it would be the grounds were haunted. But like we both will feel like we see people or like see things like walk by or like go by when you're not looking, like in your peripheral or whatever.
Right.
So people think we're crazy, whatever. But I don't think they have any stories from there. Like I don't think anything crazy happened. Supposedly you leave like backpacks in the middle, like they'll get dumped out or things will get taken. It's like a Boy Scout thing.
Someone that I know or whatever said that they went and like they were apparently there's like a tree line nearby and stuff was getting like thrown from like the tree line.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, but they like went over there and it wasn't kids or people or anybody out there messing with them, and they like they didn't see anybody. What creeps me out more than literally anything, I guess, just because like I feel like mountain ghosts creep me out more than
mountain
like
goats.
Yeah, ghost.
Ghost.
Like,
I was like, why
demons
does
and stuff like that in the mountains. But like the stories about like if you live in like the Appalachian.
Yeah. Are you on that TikTok?
I've been on that TikTok before, and I was like, get me off.
It's the best TikTok.
It's terrifying.
I love Appalachian.
And like they can like copy your voice and stuff
the
like
mimics.
that. Yeah, no, that.
Yeah, the mimics.
I don't like it.
And the word that we can't say. What is one of my podcasts? They have. You can't say the name. What do they call it?
Why? Or it'll find you or something?
It's just a whole thing. It's too much to get into, and I'm not a professional. Okay, so the stuff that is on your bones. Okay.
Oh, and how you get place to place. Okay, no, you're not supposed to say that.
No.
I feel like I've definitely said it before.
You're not supposed to say it. Yeah.
I got on that side. Don't tell me that. I'm going to literally be paranoid for the rest of my life. I got on that side of TikTok once.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't ever do that.
Say it.
No, or get on that TikTok.
You dare me to right now?
You can do what you want.
No, I'm not going to.
They call them something else, and it is so funny because every time I have to like think in my head, like, what are they talking about?
Yeah, what are they saying?
But it's on the Morbid podcast. I'll have to re-listen to one that they talk about it because literally it's the funniest thing that they call them. Yeah, and one of their like listeners made it up, and they just stuck. Have you not read into Mothman?
Kind of. I remember
you would
when
think he's the most adorable
when you
cryptid
texted
ever.
Me about him.
Yes, I saw a girl at barefoot wearing a Mothman shirt.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was so cute. Okay, this just took a turn. There was something else that I feel like was semi-related to this that I was going to talk about, and I can't remember what it was. I don't know, but anyway, let me think. What's another? Do you believe in cryptids?
What is
like
that?
So like Mothman, Bigfoot,
like legend type stories and stuff like that.
Yeah, like legends. Yeah. Your niece believes in chupacabra.
You know what she told me at the beach?
Oh my God.
I don't even remember how I got on the subject, but she was like, "I don't believe in ghosts, but I believe in Bigfoot."
Yeah, she does.
And I was like,
I told her I believed in Bigfoot.
And then like a couple days later, we were on the beach and someone had like made a mermaid out of sand, and she was like, "I believe in mermaids and Bigfoot." And I was like, okay. She believes in Bigfoot. Yeah, she believes in Bigfoot.
Aw, she's so cute.
Oh, she is.
It's Shark Week right now, obviously, best week of the year. And so I've been drawing on, so my refrigerator, you can draw on it with Expo markers. And I've been drawing little sharks. Well, yesterday and today, because it's only the second day. But I drew like, yesterday was super cute ones, like cutesy little sharks, little hammerhead, little great white. And then today I was like, oh, we're going to go big. So I drew like a big, like Jaws type shark with his mouth open and teeth. And it was like a little fish tail, like it was running away. And I sent it to Jake and was like, I'm pretty proud of this. I'm pretty proud of this artwork right now. And he was like, what is it, eating a mermaid? And I was like,
I also thought it was eating a mermaid.
Did you? It wasn't a mermaid. I got to change my fish fins. No, it was a fish.
Yeah. Well, I thought at first I was like, my God, why would you do that? And it's like, okay, it's a fish. It's a fish. But I was like, why
But
would
see,
you?
I thought after Jake said that, I was like, Jex is going to definitely get mad at me and think it's a mermaid, but she didn't. She's like, this is scary. I don't like it at all. And brother was like, that's pretty, Mom. And I was like, thanks. I was like, Jex, could you not, isn't it good though? Like, it's a good drawing. She's like, yeah, the drawing's good, but it's scary and I don't like it. I was like, oh, I thought you would like it. But so I have to do a whale shark tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they're easy to draw. So.
While we're on the topic of sharks, when we were out there doing the fireworks and stuff like that, she was like sitting in the sand and she'd been playing with like the kids and stuff. And then she comes up to me and she's like, Lala, I kind of just got scared of the sand sharks. And I was like,
oh, she thought they were in the sand.
Yeah. And I was like, why? And she was like, well, we're in the sand. I was like, oh no, they stay. I was like, they stay in the water, baby. You're totally fine, I promise. And she was like, well, why are they called sand sharks? And I was like, well, I guess they lay in the sand, but in the sand that's in the ocean. I was like, I promise they're not going to come get you
just lower
in this sand that we're in right now. But I guess while she was
funny.
out there playing in the sand, she started thinking about it.
Yeah, because I guess we had been talking about the teeth, like the sand shark teeth that we've been finding.
Yeah, and she came up to me and was like, I'm kind of just got scared of the sand sharks.
Oh, poor thing. But she loves Shark Week, though, which shocks me because... I mean, it's a little graphic, sometimes, but she loves it. And we've been, yesterday we watched it all night because my photo shoot ended up getting postponed because of the weather. So I made, let me rephrase. I attempted to make, I saw these cheese quesadillas where you do, like, black olives as the eyes.
Ew.
You don't like olives? No? But hold on, I just had, like, a thing. I was like, did I do them upside down? I don't know. It was supposed to look like a shark. It did not look anything like a shark. I used pepperonis for the eyes because my kids are not going to eat black olives. And it didn't look anything like a shark at all. So I was like, they're shark fins. Yeah. That's what they are. And then I made shark teeth out of bugles.
Oh, cute.
They didn't look like sharks.
No? What
no.
did they look like?
The sugar wouldn't stick. So it said to take, like, the regular bugles and then melt chocolate and peanut butter and pour it all over them and shake them up and then put 2 cups of powdered sugar on them. Mm-hmm. What are those called? You've seen them. They have Chex Mix has a version of them. Muddy Buddies.
Muddy Buddies.
And they're supposed to look like little shark's teeth. They did not, but they're delicious. So whatever.
As long as they taste
tried.
good.
I tried to be a themed mom. You know what I mean?
It's
hard.
hard.
Didn't work out. Yeah, I have all these ideas, but then like sometimes your kids are just like, no. Like, it doesn't work. This is not cute. Like, I printed them out some things to color, and they just ended up fighting over them. And I was like, I'm so glad we're doing this. I'm so glad that I was so excited to do this, and everyone's just fighting. I can't even hear the TV. Like, whatever. I try so hard. I try so hard to be that mom. Like, my friend Stacy, best seen mom. Like, and now granted, I'm not there, so it could all go awry. But she will throw a themed party or a themed event in a second, and everything is just perfection. And I'm like, how? How do you do that? Because I try so hard for Shark Week every year, and it just, nothing works. Ever.
I feel like anytime I've ever tried to make, like, a theme thing, it never turns out like the pictures.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like on the like failed, TV show where
always do, and it makes me so mad at her.
I feel like you have to do a couple trial runs first, probably.
Yeah, because she helped with Jex's birthday party, the first one, and like it, like the things that she came up with. I'm like, where did this come from? Where she printed out papers for us all to. I should have done this for Jets, and I didn't. I guess I can do it for the next one. Like, she printed out papers for everyone to fill out, and then when she turns 18, we read them. So I have them in my gun safe. And I'm like, I would have never thought of that. Yeah. I'm just lucky to be here. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I wish I had that brain. Like, she should honestly start a business. Like, she could be a party planner, and it would be amazing. But I tried. So I failed drastically, but I tried to have theme night for Shark Week. I made salmon for me and Jake. Like, all the things. Sharks don't even eat salmon. I don't think anyway. They probably do.
Well, I mean, you're not going to eat, like, seal.
No, but tuna. They didn't have tuna, though.
Oh, yeah?
No, I wouldn't eat a seal.
I have recently discovered I like seafood. Like, within the past probably, like, 1 or 2, maybe 2, really 1. Well, on my honeymoon, I ate fish tacos and discovered I like them, and I think it's just kind of grown from there.
Fish tacos are good. Yeah. We're going to have them whenever we do taco night. We're going to have beef tongue, steak, chicken, and fish.
What kind of fish?
I don't know.
Did you know that
you want fried or like seared tuna?
Like seared tuna sounds good.
Right. Well, you eat sushi, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, we'll have seared tuna.
Did you know that McDonald's McFishes are some kind of like Alaskan fish? That's what they say.
Alaskan cod?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Or is it the H one? Let's look it up.
Yeah, Theo Von looked it up on his podcast, and I was like mind blown. I was like, I figured it was like just that pink slime they use for their burgers.
Speaking of Theo Von, he's on the hall pass list. Let's see. What is McDonald's fish?
I think he looks just like my father-in-law.
Do you?
Yeah, you don't see that?
No.
Well, they also have a lot of the same mannerisms. Like, they act a lot alike and remind me so much of each other, which I asked him when we were at the beach if he watched
Pollock.
Theo Von, and he said that he doesn't really. And I was like, well, y'all are the exact same.
Oh. Nope, didn't know that.
Yeah.
And he's still on my hall pass list, so it's Pollock, actually. Alaskan Pollock.
That's what is.
McDonald's fish fry
Okay.
is.
I knew it was something
I'm not
Alaskan.
even sure an Alaskan cod is a thing.
No.
I might have just made that up. But I wanted to sound professional, as if I am a professional fisherman. So, yeah, Theo Von's on there. Kid Rock's on there. Charlie Hunnam. Johnny Depp, but only a certain era Johnny Depp.
Mm-hmm.
And what was my other one? You made fun of my other one, too. I can't remember now who it was.
Oh, one of the times, because I feel like we talked about it twice with two different
talked
groups.
about
One
it
of the times you said,
so
like,
many
Sam
times.
Elliott.
Well,
Didn't you? Because Dad and Uncle Keith are making fun of that.
Yeah, they were making fun of me. He's not on my hall pass list, like, top 5.
Yeah, he's just a man you find
He's
attractive.
just, yeah, God, yeah. He's so beautiful. I love an old man with a mustache. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. Old man, cowboy aesthetic with a mustache. Get out of town. Get out of town. But no, there was one that was like a popular one that was on my the top 5. Now I can't remember who it was. Charlie Hunnam, Johnny Depp, Theo Von, Kid Rock.
Who did
and
you
Hardy.
say?
Duh.
Oh, yeah.
Hardy. Because Theo Von and Kid Rock and Hardy might as well just be the same person.
Yeah, just
You know
different
what I mean?
fonts.
Yeah, literally. Literally. But yeah. And that's what we spend the majority of the week talking about. And there's that. There's our beach trip in a nutshell.
Yep.
What was your favorite moment of the beach?
Oh God, I don't even know.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just all so much fun. I love that week so much. I sobbed for like an hour after
Did you?
everybody left. Yeah. Well, it started when like y'all left with like the kids and everything. Because I was like, I cry every year. And I was like, this year I'm not going to cry. And then like, I'll cry talking about it right now. Y'all pulled away with the kids. And then like they started. And then at that point, once they had started, I couldn't stop. And then like, yeah, you know, you say bye to this family as they leave. I cry. You know, it's just.
See, that's why we're always like the first one. So we don't have to say bye to everybody.
Yeah.
Like we just say one bye and then like we go.
Yeah. I'm just a softie. And I just love everybody
You
so
are a
much. And it's
softie.
so fun being like all in the same like household again. Look, I'm literally
Oh my
not
God.
kidding. I will
I'm
cry
not gonna
talking
look
about
at
it.
you.
I love it so much. It's such
That's
a fun
so
week.
cool though. I didn't cry. I don't think I cried all week. Did I? I don't think so.
That's good.
Oh, yes, I did. I cried the first night when Jet would not go to sleep.
Oh,
I was like literally crying. I was like, please
was
go
that
to
the night
sleep.
he was like hyped up on sugar?
No. This was just, he was just screaming and
I
crying.
can't believe we didn't hear him, which I had my box fan.
Yeah. I mean, that box fan must be a miracle worker because it was like blood curdling, window shattering screams, like that high pitch one he gets. And like, I had tried to soothe him. I had tried everything. I was like, I don't understand what you want. Like, do you want to go sleep with Dad? Do you want to go sleep with Jax? Because we were all in separate beds. And I was like, I don't understand what I need to do. Like, do you want Nana? Do you want Polly? What do we need to do to make this stop? And I finally just got up and was literally like banging my head against the wall, like with my hands over my eyes. And then he stops crying and says, "Stop, you're going to wake everyone up." I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? But no, I did cry that night because I was like, I'm just so tired. I called Jake. It was 4:30 in the morning. I was like, I'm packing right now. I was packing. My suitcase was zipped. I said, I'm going home. And he's like, no, you're not, because you're going to fall asleep driving. You're not going home. Like, we'll just figure it out. And Jake comes in. Hey, buddy, you want to go sleep in the bunk bed? Yeah. I was like, are you joking? I've asked him that 18 times.
Oh,
like, what is going on?
Toddlers,
They're so funny. There's a whole different breed of human. Like, they're crazy. And the more I take them out in the wild, the more I'm just like, this is why we stay at home. This is why we stay at home. This is
but
why.
See, everyone else thinks they're
I
like
know.
grand when
I know.
out in the wild.
It's just me. I don't know what it is. I just get so nervous. It's nervous. I'm nervous if something bad is going to happen. I'm nervous that they're going to pitch a fit. And it's like, I'm not going to parent them in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not going to be like scolding them or whatever scolding. Is that right? Out in the public, I'm not going to do that because then everyone's looking at you as a whole scene. So I just kind of sit there and like let it happen, which I'm not sure is the right thing to do. And I don't really care. So don't at me. But that's what I choose to do just to avoid conflict.
Mm-hmm.
And so then just the whole time, like, oh my God, people think like we're the worst.
Yeah.
Just the
No,
whole
I'm sure a
time.
lot of parents feel that way though. Cause like,
Yeah.
obviously like, cause like to me, they're always like grand, but when
Oh,
you're
yeah.
their parent, you know, it's different.
Yeah. When you're like, I'm Jex's safe space. So she like treats me terribly, which it does not make any sense to me. But apparently I was the same way with my mom. But so like I purposely, when we're like all in one house or like all doing the same thing, I purposely don't parent her. I let Jake handle her and I'll handle Jet because he responds better to me usually than to Jake, and vice versa with Jex.
Yeah.
And so I literally will like, and it does hurt my feelings because I feel like I'm missing out on stuff. And like from the outside looking in, people are like, oh my gosh, she doesn't even hang out with her kid. No, I do all the time, all day, every day. But when I'm out with people, I know how she is towards me, and I don't want other people to have to witness it or have to be around it because it's not fun.
Yeah.
So I just like distance myself from her right now in this stage of life because that's just the best way. That's the best thing to do for everyone because she is 4 and she is full-fledged 4 and we butt heads. We're very similar.
I swear that's just like the like same sex because like dads are gonna sons are gonna test their dads more, daughters are gonna test their moms more. Like that's just
it's
for
a thing
some
for
reason
sure.
the way the cookie crumbles.
I mean it's just a thing for sure. Like for instance, like people, if you have multiple kids, and I don't like, maybe this is just me, I don't know, whatever. I'm just kind of spitballing here, but people come up like will talk to me and like, you parent them different. Oh, of course I do. Yeah, they're different kids. They're different human beings. They're different. I was parented different than my brother was parented. He's a different person. He's literally never done anything wrong in his life.
Yeah.
I was the one that was treading all the waters, testing all the things. Like, that was me. So I was obviously grounded more and in trouble more and parented a little harder because I needed to be. I needed structure. And Jex needs structure. Where Jet right now, for the most part, listens. He hasn't hit the terrible twos full-fledged yet. But, like, I'll walk out of a room, say we're going out to eat or whatever, Jet will run up to me, oh, Mommy, you look so pretty. And Jex will be like, that doesn't really match. And I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how we are right now. And that's just, so to just avoid, I'm just like, okay, Jex, thanks. And walk away instead of being like, well, that was rude. Right. Like, you don't say that to people, like, whatever. And because when I say that, it just starts a whole argument. Yeah. And then it's just like everyone has to listen to it. And she does not stop. Like, does not stop. Like, your parents witnessed the Jex meltdown, and they were like, whoa. I was like, I told you. Yeah. I told you. I don't make this stuff up. Yeah. Like, this is almost this is every day at nap time and bedtime. This is what we deal with. And they were like, we just have never seen this side of her. I'm like, yeah, I know, because I tried to avoid that. Like, but it's just parenting is fun. And it really is great. And I would never change it. But I just feel like some people are judgy and like look from the outside looking in, their judgments probably seem correct until you really get to the gist of it and you're like, oh, well, that makes sense. Yeah. So, well,
because like all kids are different. You have to parent different. All parents parent different. Yeah. Like it's just, absolutely. You know, whatever works for people works for people. And
Jake,
some people don't get that.
He's so calm and collected. Like, I get so, and I never knew that I was this person or this personality type until I had kids. I get so overstimulated. And I don't remember before kids ever being like that. I don't remember like being somewhere, even without them, and feeling so overstimulated. Like, my brain doesn't know what to focus on. Like, I don't know where to look. Like, and sometimes I get like that. Like, it feels crazy. And when it's like, when I'm with the kids all day, like, Jet's now talking all the time. Jex is talking. They're talking to themselves, you know. I got a TV going in this room, a TV going in that room. I got podcasting.
Yeah, it's a lot.
My brain can't take it. You know what I mean? And so, like, in the car, right, I'm like, oh, it just sounds like static. Like, it just sounds like static in my head. And it's just, I don't know. But ever since becoming a parent like that, I get overstimulated. And I wear it proudly. I have T-shirts that say I'm probably overstimulated. And my face reads it. Like, you can tell when it hits. And I'm like, yeah, please make it stop.
Oh, God. I already get overstimulated, so I'm going to be in trouble. Maybe it'll be opposite for you. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe it will. Because a lot of things that, like, I have now I did not have before I had kids. Like, the overstimulation, or I've never been patient. I've never been a patient person. I don't have a drop of patience in me. I have gotten better since I've had kids. So, I mean, you like learn different things, but I feel like a lot of times it's the opposite than what you expect. So maybe whenever you have kids, it'll just be like, oh, whatever.
You never know.
Like, you won't, because I don't feel like you get like that with the kids now.
Oh yeah. No, not, yeah. But they're also not mine.
That's true. That does make a difference, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, because like other people's kids, they don't ever stimulate me.
Yeah.
But like my two, I'm like, oh my God, please one of you just stop talking. Just one at a time, please. One at a time. But that's just my parent rant because I've had 2 weeks of vacation and I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I need a vacation for the vacation.
Get back in a routine.
Oh, which is a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. Like this morning, I had to like bribe her to get out of the bed. I was like, you get to take your axolotl to school for show and tell. And then she like jumped up because she was excited to do that. But at first it was murky waters there for a minute. I was like, oh no. But no, they adjust pretty quickly after vacation. So hopefully tomorrow they'll be even better. But we'll see. That's my parent rant for all the parents out there who think you're alone. You're not. And we love our kids, but sometimes they're difficult. Yeah. And I said what I said. Oh goodness. Anything else, Law? What are you doing this week?
Nothing this week. Just working. Going to DC this weekend.
Oh, that's gonna be so fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. So I've been seeing all of like the TikToks because like his first show of the tour was on the 4th of July, and so I've been seeing like all the videos from like.
And I'm sure you already have the set list.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I have the set, and I'm so excited because he's starting with my like very favorite one, and it's just gonna be
this newest album.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just gonna be like absolutely insane. So
what are you wearing?
That part I don't know yet.
You don't know?
Yeah, I have no idea.
That's shocking.
I know. Yeah.
That's shocking.
I might wear that, like the shirt I wore on the 4th of July, just because it's like a...
Oh, I do like that shirt. That's cute.
I might wear that
That's
one.
A cute one.
And I have little stars on my nails right now, so it'll be like matchy.
That'll be cute, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that shirt.
I don't know. I can't wait.
I can't pull off strapless. Strapless is not my jam, really.
I really like strapless lately.
Yeah, you look good in strapless. Like, I have a couple of strapless and numbers that I'll wear, but it's not very often. Those are not my first things I pick out of my closet.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be fun. And try to vlog something. Vlog doing something like crazy.
Yeah, I've never been to DC before, so
are y'all gonna sightsee or no? Since you're not staying.
Yeah, see, we're gonna go down, Saturday, and then plan to like do some stuff. But yeah, I don't know if we will or not. We'll probably wake up early and get there early, so maybe like on the way to the venue. But I don't know. I would like to. We'll see.
I mean, I feel like you need to at least something.
Yeah.
While you're there, it's not that far away.
Yeah. Well, one of the hotels we were looking at staying at is right across from the what's it called, the Washington Monument or something like that. Like what's the big pointy thing? Is that the Pentagon?
The Pentagon.
Yeah. One of the hotels we're looking at is like right across from the Pentagon, so we'd at least be able to see that from our hotel room.
Is this gonna be a dumb question? Is that where the Lincoln statue is, where he's sitting in the chair?
I think that's the Washington Monument.
Is that at the Pentagon?
I have no clue.
Are we stupid?
Yeah, we are.
I'm not even going to Google it. Just someone tell us if we're dumb.
Yeah.
I've never been, so...
Yeah.
Never been.
Me either.
One is isn't that where Martin Luther King Jr. gave his speech? Because it's got the big pond in the front?
Yes.
Are those not the same place?
I don't know.
Is the big tower and Abraham Lincoln not the same place?
I don't think Abe Lincoln's there. He could be. I feel like
what we're talking about, he's like alive.
Yeah. Hey Lincoln, where are you? Yeah, I don't know.
I think that is the same place. Maybe I'm stupid. I could be stupid. I did very well in history though, but that was a long time ago.
I never did good in history.
Do you know what?
I like history.
So I keep saying that I'm doing my conspiracy episode. I'm going to. I've been working very hard on it because people drop some of the craziest things that I have like rabbit hole down. I'm like, I'll have to talk about. It's going to have to be like a 2-parter because first of all, I got another one today from one of Chris called me today because he was asking about the podcast and all things. He wants to come on and he was like, I'll answer any questions. Like, oh, okay. So he's going to come on. I can't multitask. I'll look it up. We'll correct ourselves later.
Yeah.
And he said, I saw your conspiracy thing and I have one for you. And I'm just going to give a little, like, this is one of them that I'm going to touch on because it was on the comments as well. The Titanic wasn't the Titanic.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Exactly. Supposedly, allegedly, maybe not, Lee. The Titanic was switched with a different ship that had...
Purposely?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, the guy that built the Titanic or that, like, was running it or whatever, he didn't get on it. He last minute decided, no, I'm not getting on the ship. And Chris said that he was looking into it. And the windows on the Titanic, the OG Titanic, and the windows of the one that sank are not the same. And the shipwrecked Titanic is supposedly the Olympia, like that. The name, I can't remember exactly. I have to do my research. But I was like, well, where's the Titanic?
Yeah.
How do you just hide the world's biggest ship?
And why? Why did he hide it? Like, why did they?
I can't go into that
Okay.
yet.
Well, we'll get into it.
Yes, but it's
on a future
whole thing. It's a whole thing. And
Oh,
I was
that's
about to say
crazy.
something else funny, and now I can't remember what it was. But anyway, so I'm going to go on a conspiracy deep dive on a couple of the things that were commented on and a couple of my personal favorites. And then it's just going to be crazy.
I can't wait.
It's
I love
gonna be crazy.
conspiracies so much.
It's going to be a wild time. God, my brain is dumb. I was literally about to say something so clever and funny, I think. And now I can't remember what it was. Anywho, what's our time? Are we done?
Yeah, I think we're done for today.
Okay. Well, we will catch you next week.
Keep it unhinged.
Later.